That sound, the sound that you hear when a FaceTime call starts. I basically have a Pavlovian response to that now that I hear your voice. You're basically the only person I FaceTime. I mean, not FaceTime. Well, it is FaceTime, but we're not, with no faces.
You mean talk to?
Yeah, no, I mean using this particular software.
Oh, okay. What do you use for other people?
Mostly I use Signal.
Signal. Interesting. Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. Or WhatsApp.
Yeah.
But WhatsApp, the thing about it's just because of course it's just everyone uses it. And so, I'm that guy. Oh, do you use Signal?
This is a podcast in which two friends talk about the pleasures, absurdities, and imperfections of being human. I'm Simon Ellis.
And I'm Lee Miller. Welcome to Midlifing.
Yeah, welcome.
So, how's your week been?
Yeah, good. Kind of weird. I got a bit sick. I think I had quite a strong allergic reaction, and I think it might have been chocolate.
Oh.
Talk about payback. Talk about God's way of saying,
enough. Step away
I laugh
from
in
the
your
chocolate.
face.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and then maybe it was because I went for a walk as well at the same, but I went for a walk eating chocolate. No, that's not quite right. But because felt like an allergic reaction, and then this morning, as I was saying, I felt like I was clearing my sinuses.
Oh, dear Lord in heaven.
So like there had been an infection. Anyway,
yeah.
So.
Oh, well, I'm sorry that you've been poorly.
Yeah, I wish we had a doctor or two that listened that could tell us the
But
truth.
even if we did, are they an ENT specialist? If not, they'll probably be like, I don't know, I'd have to refer you.
Yeah, or they'd just look it up on bloody AI, wouldn't they?
I was reading something about a fella who'd gone to the doctor and he went, this is the first time somebody wasn't talking to me at a right angle.
Yeah.
He came in to the doctor and the doctor stood up and looked at him and faced him and said, okay, what's wrong? Can I examine you? And he said, I was quite discombobulated. The idea that I'm being greeted rather than I'm being looked at through half an eye while the fingers fly over a keyboard.
I mean, it does seem like a low bar. It does seem like a low bar. I've been watching the Pitt, which is... Huh?
Have you?
Yeah, which is a, like a medical procedural drama. And it's renowned for being very realistic of what an ER is. It's also got the same guy from
I was going to say,
ER
it's basically ER.
on drugs. It's ER on AI. No,
It's EI 30 years later with the same showrunner and the same actor, and the widow of Michael Crichton sued them.
The what?
Michael Crichton was the person, the Jurassic Park man.
Yeah, who created ER.
Exactly.
His widow?
His widow sued them.
No.
Because she said effectively what you've done is you've made a reboot to ER without acknowledging, and they were like, it's different names. It's a different city. And it's it's one of those things where you find yourself kind of going, well, this is six of one and half a dozen of another.
Does Michael Crichton's wife and estate not have enough cash?
I think it's about protecting legacy and intellectual I don't know. It's six of one and half a dozen of another, because you can say the same thing about the people who make the show. Did they not have enough cash that they couldn't have whacked 2% towards a person who clearly was influential? It's a tricky one. Thankfully, I'm not a lawyer.
Anyway, it's really good, and I'm now watching the YouTube videos of the real ER doctors talking through the episodes and going, which is fascinating because they're giving a whole lot of context, which of course you don't get. You're getting hit by a lot of drug names and a lot of abbreviations, and but it is very well done, infinitely better than I remember ER being.
Oh, ER was excellent. I do not know what you are talking about. You need to go back and watch the first episode of ER, and you will be absolutely floored by how good it is. Bob and I, 2 weeks ago, watched the first episode of The Pitt and the first episode of ER back to back.
Did you?
Yes, we did, and we went, look at that.
And were they very similar?
Very similar.
Right.
And I don't. That's not a kind of like a.
That's not a Michael Crichton's wife going.
It was
having
more
a
about.
point.
It was more about quality.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that maybe it's a conceit that the whole, one episode is just an hour so it's it has the feeling of being real time. It's not, of course, but it has that kind of, and so I know I've really enjoyed it. But then it's been how many years, 30 years since I watched Uncle George.
Interestingly, go back to that first episode. George is so irrelevant. It's Anthony Edwards. It's Goose.
Oh, Anthony, that's right. Goose is in there.
Goose is in there. And
you got to let him go. You got to let him go, Mav.
And a little bit of what's his chops?
Noah Wiley.
Yeah.
That's isn't it? That's Carter.
That's right. Yeah. And of course.
How did you watch it? Like, what were you watching it on?
ER. I was watching it on. I think I was watching it on Netflix.
Right. I don't have these things.
Yeah, I was watching that on Netflix, and then
these newfangled things.
Obviously, I was watching The Pitt on a very legal site.
Yes, of course you were.
Of course I was. HBO Max or whatever it's called.
So I did. Anyway, but then there's a point when you've gotten a little bit hooked when you start watching the YouTube. And there's a guy. His YouTube name is Dr. Mike. And he's only got 8 million followers. So he's kind of up and around the same ballpark that we have with this podcast. We're more or less...
Just breaking through.
Yeah, not quite lawyer money, but...
Dr.
On the cusp. And so I mean, that word we use, rabbit hole. Wow, because he is a very interesting young man, I have to say, and very thoughtful, and I really like his manner. It's very clear why he has however many subscribers he has. And then he'd done this thing where there's another kind of, they call it a debate. I can't remember what the channel is called, but he'd been on a thing where he had debated in a circle of people. He was in the center, and they were all anti-vaxxers.
Oh
my God. And then he does a kind of breakdown of it as well. And I think I don't know how good it is that people do that, because, wow, there are some wackos. Talk about wacko jacko.
I've seen some of those, 20 meat eaters versus a vegan, or 20 anti-vaxxers against a doctor, that kind of thing. And I find it so troubling. Because it feels gladiatorial. It feels like we're throwing somebody in to be ripped apart. It doesn't feel like it's about discourse. It doesn't feel like it's about, it would be really interesting to have a measured response here and see what comes out of the other end. It's like, and now of these 20 anti-vaxxers, 14 of them have signed up to get a flu shot. It doesn't feel like that's ever going to happen.
But in this one they've got flags and they hold them up if they've got where something is said that they have a thing to say, and all people are just having flags flying up and down. I mean, it's very, very. I wouldn't recommend watching it, frankly. I just thought he was impressive.
I bet he was, because
in that context, and his patience, and then he does this sort of review of it where he kind of talks through his experience of it, and then also just says, this is the point where I started to feel myself really, really frustrated by it. But yeah, really, Dr. Mike, you've got another fan, man.
I'm probably not going to rush to Dr. Mike. I'm still far too busy listening to AI-generated slop of people losing their inheritance, because it just hits the right sweet spot.
You're going to have to just back up a little bit. So I don't like those two words, AI and slop, being put together, as if somehow AI is generating things that is just not useful to us. I just don't like that. I'm gonna resist that idea.
Okay. Do you want me to? I've given context to what I listen to, haven't I?
Yeah, but hang on. This was what?
Oh, okay. I'm sure I've told you this, Simon.
Well, just briefly, I mean, this is starting to sound awfully like my relationship with Lil. I think I've told you this before.
There are shorts, as in short form videos, that are on YouTube, and they are, let's say, contrapuntal. They counterpoint to one another in the sense that the images are nothing to do with the audio.
Yes.
And I'm not really using I'm not using them properly. I'm not watching the images. Quite often I'll have them in my pocket, so I can't see the image and I'm just listening to the audio. And the audio is stories pulled from Reddit. You know, the Am I the Arsehole stories?
No, but I can, I'd like to hear what they are, but I can imagine what they are.
Okay, so...
And also it's me.
AITA, have you never come across that acronym? Okay,
like
so
it is I'm the arsehole here kind of thing.
Well, it's not I am, it's a question, am I? Am I the arsehole?
Right.
So it will be something like, am I the arsehole? : My sister disinvited me to her wedding, so I stopped paying for the band.
Yes, is the answer.
No, you're not the arsehole. Your sister disinvited you to the wedding, but is still expecting you to pay for some of the service. Fuck her.
Well, it depends on what the reason for the disinvitation, doesn't it?
Oh, because we decided it's going to just be a nice intimate affair, and it's like, or my favourite one is they're talking to their sibling, and they go,
I would fail at this.
Well, no, because it's never. You don't weigh in. You just listen to the story. And but my favourite one is it says, "My sister said immediate family only," and it's kind of like, no offence, but I think you might struggle with language if you do not understand what immediate. I do not have siblings, but I know that siblings would count as my immediate family.
I was reading about, I think the word is familismo amorale, the amoral family, which is some research that was done in the 1950s and 60s in Italy about the concept of the family unit and the ways in which it sort of degraded culture because we could only see the kind of importance and value of family. And so our capacity to imagine that our actions or the things we needed had an influence beyond that very tight circle, very, very tight circle, was, leading to a kind of degradation of culture, of society, etc. I mean, that's a very hackneyed version of it because I was reading it in Italian, so I can only understand, the adjectives.
I love that
some of the prepositions.
I love that you are selling short just how good you are, that you're reading it was humble sources. Brag. Yeah, that's very, very good. I mean, I still get impressed that if I can read a news story in Portuguese, I'm like, oh, there was a fire.
Yeah. I mean,
nothing to do with the fact that there's a photograph of a house on fire. No, that isn't what.
Okay, so you're listening to auto-generated audio.
So what happens
of this
exactly
Reddit
that.
site,
so they take these stories and they feed them into an AI generator, and then what is very, very interesting. And by interesting, I mean hilarious. And by hilarious, I mean Bob will literally walk out of the house if I play them out loud. Is they speed them up. So they sound like chipmunks.
Oh, God.
And I don't know.
You're basically, in terms of content, media content, you're like a nutritionist's nightmare, aren't you?
Oh, God, yeah.
You're basically smoking a pack a day and then a bottle of scotch.
Yeah.
And just anything will go in there. It doesn't matter.
I have to say it's bizarre that I am allowed to be a professor in charge of really quite complicated ideas.
I think they're regretting that, though. I think they're regretting that. The allowed thing, they've made an offer and then now they're just going, what have we done?
How do we roll that back?
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
give it to Blades. Give it to Professor Blades.
Hey, I'm trying my best to give her everything I can so I can jog on. But,
Sorry, this is in talk.
Yeah,
Let's get away from the in talk. So,
yeah.
Okay, so you're basically just inhaling any shit that the internet can provide for
No. Yes.
I think you
But
doth
no.
protest too much.
So I mean, I totally am, but I'm also like I'm because they go in a loop, so they just keep playing. If you so you have to so you have to sort of swipe past them. So I've got my telephone, I've got my telephone in my pocket.
I'm actually being triggered right now.
I know, but I've got my telephone in my pocket. And I sort of flick up with my finger as I'm listening. No, I don't want that one. No, that sounds too stressful. Oh no, this.
Oh
sounds
wait, you
good.
do that in your pocket?
Yeah.
So you're playing. You're basically looking like you're playing with yourself while swiping up.
I don't know how. Okay, first of all, while I appreciate that masturbation is good for prostate health, and I support you in continuing to do that, well done,
Thank
Simon.
you.
I'm proud of you.
Yep.
I don't know
Thank
how you. I don't know how you please yourself, but I tell you, it doesn't take me one finger by my thigh. You really.
I said it looks like.
No, it doesn't. It
so.
looks like my hand is in my pocket, like quite a long way away from the middle of my body. It does not look like that at all. Also, I'm walking through town with a dog in one hand, my hand in a pocket, listening on headphones, just like flicking. Not
so
definitely.
wait, the phone is upside down, right?
I love that the logistics of how.
No, I'm just trying to think about the direction of the flick and how that works. And you know.
So yes, exactly. So what happens is I have my phone in my pocket with the top of the phone facing my foot.
Yeah. I think it's not like you're an animal or something, or you have the top of it facing upwards.
The screen is pointing. Yeah, exactly. What kind of a monster am I? The screen is pointing outwards.
Ooh.
Towards the world, but it's in my pocket, and I use my. This is so interesting. I'm sure I use my hand to make a little cage so that the fabric doesn't hit the screen, and then I just flick as I'm walking. I'm like, no, don't want that one. Oh no, that seems too stressful. Oh,
so you're
disinherited.
quite. It's amazing. You're quite picky for your slop, aren't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you don't want any slop.
No, not any slop. And I don't know why they have just scratched an itch that I didn't know I had. But what is, I think, quite interesting is, as a result of listening to these things, I haven't been on Instagram in about a month. I haven't looked at it. I've not been anywhere near it. And so these are just sort of...
Okay, so you had a cocaine habit and now you've switched to heroin, basically.
I would say I had a cocaine habit and now I've switched to
marijuana.
MDMA. I would say it's still a class A.
Yeah, you're not
but
going. You haven't gone down.
No, it feels a bit easier to manage. It feels friendlier because I'm more in the world. My head's not down. My head's up. I'm looking at people.
Yes.
I'm often going, oh.
So you just back off the precipice a little bit, aren't you?
Just a little bit, yeah.
And have you still got an Instagram account? Or you?
Yeah, because friends message me through it, and
all right.
Wow.
Any other little stories about? Sorry, was it am I the arsehole?
The arsehole? AITA.
There goes my day.
Don't fall down that, Simon. Do not fall down that rabbit hole. Do not. You will.
Are there
never
any where you legitimately go? Oof.
Yeah, there was one just before I called you. There was a woman who said, "Am I the arsehole for leaving my sister at the airport with her drunk husband and her 3 kids so I could go and celebrate for Thanksgiving with my family?" And the answer is yes. Yes, wow. You were. You absolutely were. Yeah, it was quite
she left
brutal.
them at the...
So they were they were all going to get on a plane. So what happened is I'm so sorry. This is now like so third-hand information. Oh, and the other thing I should say is these stories are almost certainly not true. That's the other thing that's really important, that it feels like that they are being written by people to provoke or to have a conversation, because there's certain generic tropes. And of course I'm an academic, so I can't help but analyse. It's impossible for me to just passively receive these. And I've told Bob, it's like they all work in logistics. That's the thing that they have in common.
What do you mean?
The people who are writing it. Yeah, it's like I have a company and I work in logistics. I built this logistics company from the ground up, and I find it fascinating that it's always people who deliver things. That's one thing. The other thing is that there's always 47 missed calls when they turn the phone back on. So there's these like bizarre little generic tropes.
Tropes.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's something kind of weirdly reassuring about the cliche of it. So it's like
it's basically like a soap opera. The form for a soap opera has that kind of. I know that I'm watching a soap opera, whatever the reason, because of the way the light or the way it's lit,
and because
the music that's used,
and because I know that these are fictional, being presented as real but not real, I don't then need to invest any kind of it's not watching the people who are anti-vaxxers disagree with the doctors.
I mean, that was a little bit. That was hard.
And all of those things are hard, where you've got people who are so deeply wedded to that. That's better. Yeah, they're so set. And I think it's maybe...
Well, they're so set in a different way. They're so set that I mean, I'm not sure that I've said this before. I'm not sure that I'm less set. It's just that I just disagree with them.
Yeah, I think it's because... Yeah, absolutely. I think it's just because when you have... I think when you're alive in 2026 and you've read, I don't know, any history, you kind of know that vaccinations were, on balance, I'm just gonna say something controversial, good for the world.
I mean, on balance, is probably selling them a little short.
I know.
You think,
I know, but I was trying to dial it down in case we've got any anti-vaxxers who wanted to get cross with me. But
big shout out to all our anti-vaxxer listeners.
Can you imagine if there are anti-vaxxers?
If there are, please email Lee Miller at...
No, don't. I sometimes wonder, are there like really right-wing or Republican or MAGA types listening to us who are using this as their rage bait? Who just go away so furious. And then they go do CrossFit or something. I don't know what it is that they use us to...
Or they go on Reddit just to calm down a little bit.
These two fucking idiots. One of them's Australian. Brackets. No, he's not. Close brackets. And the other one, don't know, generic Northern.
Yeah, I've got most of my colleagues at work, if they just want to have a little dig, they say, so how was Australia? And it's just like, it's really, I just give them a little smile and say, it's such a cheap, it's like every Australian comic. If they're struggling on, a stand-up, they're struggling, they tell a joke about a New Zealander. Yeah. So, I want to know, I feel like I might be... I'm not trying to squeeze the last drop out of this particular lemon, but I'm trying to make some fucking lemonade here, boy. So I'm not. What is it that you, other than it's not Instagram?
Yeah.
What is it that you? What's the pleasure here? And I'm not saying that there isn't, or that I can't imagine that there isn't. Not for a second am I. I'm not trying to kind of go, what the hell's going on? I'm genuinely interested in
Simon,
what is it about that.
I have to tell you, it's a question I ask myself regularly. It's like, what am I
every
doing
2 minutes
here?
Every little play of in your pocket,
So I'm really worried that people are concerned about what happened to the family in the airport that I left on red.
Oh, good.
So I'll just finish that story because I don't want anybody anxious.
Family in the airport.
The made-up family. A young woman lives in a city where she's at university. Her sister also happens to live in that city with her husband, and they have 3 children, 6-year-old, 3-year-old, and a baby.
So specific.
I know. They're all at the airport going to fly back to their hometown for Thanksgiving. The younger sister, the one who's telling us the story, is in a different queue because, they in the States, they do that weird thing where pre-boarding and it's not just like front door and back door. It's all like different. I don't really understand. I don't understand. It's too complicated for me. Anyway, and she's watching her sister trying to manage the kids with no husband in sight, and then he rocks up really pissed.
So he's been drinking at the airport.
Yeah.
I mean that's a dick move right there.
It's a dick move right there, absolutely.
Does it say that it's 6 a.m? He's been at a Wetherspoons or the equivalent.
What is the American equivalent of the spoons?
Please, when you're writing into Lee, telling him about your anti-vax beliefs, can you mention something about the equivalent of Wetherspoons in America?
Anyway, long story short, too late. Husband precluded access to the flight. She said, the sister says, come talk to me. Storyteller goes over and she says, you've got to stay here and help me. And she says, no, I'm getting on the plane. She said, but my husband's drunk. She said, well, that's his problem. Let him go to the drunk tank. You come back to the family home with me. We'll have a lovely Thanksgiving. I can't. I'm responsible for him. She said, well, that's your problem, not mine. I'm getting on the plane and now my family think I'm an arsehole. And I'm kind of like, yeah, everybody's an arsehole in that story. Nobody comes up well.
Yeah.
The answer is yes, you are the arsehole, and so is everybody else. Okay.
I mean, maybe the kids aren't.
No, they were behaving really badly in the story.
Really?
They were running with scissors. I don't know. They all pretend. What is it?
I like what comes to your mind with kids behaving badly is them running with scissors.
Well, that's dangerous. It's dangerous for them. It's dangerous for me.
Hey, I think we've done our dash. We've done our dash here, but I just wanted to make a little recommendation, not to you because I think it's not your taste, but I'm just about to finish. Haven't quite finished it. A film called The Life of Chuck,
based on a Stephen King story.
Is it a Stephen King story?
Yeah, starring
not Michael Fassbender.
Yeah, man from Loki, the man from
Tom Hiddleston.
There you go. Well done. Is it good? Did you like it?
Oh, loving it.
Yeah.
Stephen King knows how to churn out a story.
Yep. No doubt about it.
Yeah. Just a big shout out to Sissy Spacek for Carrie.
Oh God, she was good in that film.
Yeah. Not to be confused with Susan Sarandon.
No, Sissy Spacek and Susan Sarandon are quite different.
I mean, the SS thing holds them together.
Yeah.
See ya.